So, what went wrong at the Australian Plenary Council? Well, I think if you look at all of the delegates, there were 277 delegates, and then you've got your bishops as well. And what you would notice amongst all of the participants is that most of them were on the church's payroll. And so these were what you would call professional Catholics. There weren't really those Sunday-going devout Catholics. And so because of its constituents, you can say that the delegates were not representative of all of the Catholics in Australia. It didn't seem to be very diverse in terms of outlook. I mean, where were the conservatives, or where are those who are members of the Latin Mass community? They are mainly from the pool of professional Catholics, and they tend to be very liberal. And so they were pushing a very radical left-wing agenda, as you can see. I mean, they were pushing things like the inclusion of LGBTQIA+, and as I said in my previous video, that they foisted the idea that Aboriginal spirituality needs to be part of all Catholic liturgies. And then, of course, the green agenda, that we've got to start looking after the environment. And so, as you can see, there's a very much a horizontal concern of the church, but nothing of the vertical element. What of the divine, and what of about our sacraments and all of that? There was no concern there in the agenda. But going by this, they're so concerned about LGBTQIA plus people and Aboriginal people as well. But when was the last time that any of us have seen any of these people from these groups come into church? Why aren't we concerned about those who are still left going to church week in, week out, every Sunday? And here we are, worrying about those who are not there at all. And that's the problem with the Australian Catholic Church. Everyone is too politically correct. Everyone is just too afraid of speaking out the truth. And that's including the bishops. The feminist ideology has penetrated so far into the Catholic Church here in Australia that even the bishops are totally emasculated. Even seemingly good bishops like Archbishop Anthony Fisher, and Bishop Umbers, Richard Umbers. These guys are meant to be strong, solid bishops of the conservative kind, and they have said nothing. That's the state of the church in Australia, and I can't even imagine why there aren't any vocations in the priesthood or even religious life even. Pope Francis has really appointed some doozies in the Australian Church. I mean, if we look at Bishop Vincent Long, a lot of the agenda has come from his diocese, from the Diocese of Parramatta, incorporating Aboriginal spirituality into the Catholic liturgy. And I think some years ago, a few years ago, he approved of the Australian school curriculum, where he's allowing gender fluidity, that idea, into Catholic schools. He's approved of it, and a lot of Catholics, even there was a petition written against him. Thousands of names signed it, but he silenced them, and still he's there today, still as a bishop. And so all of these bishops, they're all influenced by the feminist ideology, and they're allowing all these women to fight their way into the sanctuary, and eventually at the altar as well. And so, we've got to pray for our church in Australia. We're in a dark spot. All us faithful Catholics don't know where to go and where to run. No one is standing up for us and defending us. And I think a lot of the problem comes from the fact that the Catholic hierarchy, we've got a lot of men there who are there sort of as trying to climb the ladder, or in their career, trying to climb higher and higher, and so they don't want to speak out of line, just towing the party line. And so that's why we've got so many problems in Australia in the church. And so we're going to need to pray for our church, but also for good priests around in Australia, that the Holy Spirit will elevate good priests that are still existing in Australia. And a lot of young men are coming through, are quite solid in their faith and conservative in outlook. And so, we need to we need to pray for them, that their vocations may be protected, so that the church in Australia may head back into the right direction, because at the moment we're not getting the leadership that we need from the men that we've got. And so we've got to keep praying, got to keep staying faithful to the gospel, the fullness of the gospel, and we've got to keep them in our prayers. And so that's the video for today. Something has gone seriously wrong at the plenary council, and from the results we can identify who is standing up for the church. And so it's sad to say that not many, if any, not many are standing up for the faith at all. They just allowing things to go by unchecked, and so that's a real worry for Australian Catholics today. And so we got to pray. And so I hope this video was relevant, and I hope you could like and also share this video and subscribe as well. The more interaction I get with these videos, the more often I can post them out as well. And if you don't mind, if there are any things that you would like me to report about, you can either email me or place a comment below, and I'll make a video about it, about the Catholic Church here in Australia. We really need an outlet like this, a channel like this, so that we can keep all of our bishops honest and keep all of our bishops accountable as well. Because as it just seems like the people in the chanceries are running the Catholic Church in Australia, and the bishops don't have to be accountable as well. They're just riding the wave, and not really discerning what it is Australian Catholics really need at this time, which is to know the faith, to hear about the fullness of the gospel as well. And so we keep them in our prayers, and I hope you can share this video as well, so that the word can get out, especially for us Catholics here in Australia. All right. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.